Rumor has it that Dillian Whyte is set to follow in the footsteps of his countryman Tyson Fury and sign a multi-fight deal with ESPN and Top Rank. Various mainstream media outlets in the UK are now reporting this. Now, if this turns out to be true, then a showdown between Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte seems virtually inevitable. Last week, I made this video right here where I was talking about the possibility of a Tyson Fury-Dillian Whyte showdown, pointing out the fact that Dillian Whyte is a free agent. He can do what he wants. He doesn't have a deal in the United States, so he could go and fight Tyson Fury. And I felt like this could be on the cards because of the fact that Fury had come out in this interview there with IFL being very complimentary of Dillian Whyte, saying, if AJ won't fight you because he's a you-know-what, I'll fight you. So it shouldn't really come as a surprise to anybody that Dillian Whyte has done this deal, if it turns out to be true and confirmed. What do you guys think of it? Do you think this is the best move for Dillian Whyte's career? Do you think he would have been better off taking the AJ fight? Personally, I didn't really want to see the AJ fight right now. We've seen how that story ends. How many of you would have been picking Dillian Whyte over AJ? Very few, I have to imagine. So do you really want to see a fight where you're pretty sure of what the outcome is going to be because you've seen that fight before? Or would you rather see Dillian Whyte go in a different direction and maybe fight a Tyson Fury or a Deontay Wilder? For me personally, my ideal fight for Dillian Whyte would be a Deontay Wilder WBC heavyweight title shot. But if not, a Tyson Fury fight, I can see why he's targeting that. He's never fought a professional bout with Tyson Fury. He's never been on the canvas from a Tyson Fury uppercut the way he's been on the canvas from an AJ uppercut. He came out in recent months and said that he dropped Tyson Fury multiple times in sparring. I believe it was back in 2012, 2011, around there. It was just after Tyson Fury beat Nevin Pajkic. That's when they sparred. And he says he dropped Tyson Fury multiple times. And since that time, I pointed out on numerous occasions, Dillian Whyte had said in interviews that Tyson Fury was chinny. And I am convinced that the reason he was saying that is because he was speaking from firsthand experience. Now, I'm not co-signing the idea that Tyson Fury is chinny, but I'm saying that that's why Dillian Whyte was saying Tyson Fury was chinny, because he claims he dropped him multiple times in sparring, and I tend to believe it. That was around the time when Fury sparred. That was around the time when Fury fought Nevin Pajkic and was dropped by Nevin Pajkic, a guy with only about 5 KOs on his record. All right, and that was a heavy knockdown in that fight. So I don't see why Dillian Whyte couldn't have dropped him. But anyway, let me know what you guys think of this move for Dillian Whyte. It's going to be interesting to find out how many fights they've signed him to. If it's going to be Tyson Fury in the first fight, or whether it's going to be somebody else first and then Tyson Fury later on in the year. And if it's the latter, then that kind of eliminates the possibility of Tyson Fury fighting the Deontay Wilder rematch later on this year, because most of these heavyweights are fighting twice a year, 3 times at the absolute max. But if you look at the timeline at the moment, it would seem a bit tight for, you know, Tyson Fury to be fighting 3 times this year. You'd imagine he's only going to fight twice. And if the first one is not against Dillian Whyte, then you have to imagine the second one, probably will be. So we'll see how it turns out. I did a poll in my Facebook boxing group a few days ago asking the question, will the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury fight happen this year at all? And the overwhelming majority of people said no. The Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury rematch is not going to happen this year at all. It's not like it's going to be deferred until September. No, it's just not going to happen this year at all. And with this deal being done, that could be a possibility. Again, particularly if the Dillian Whyte fight is not the first fight on ESPN for Tyson Fury. Yeah. So we wait with bated breath to see how this situation pans out, how many fights Dillian Whyte has signed to ESPN for, And where would the Dillian Whyte Tyson Fury fight be? You would have to imagine that Dillian Whyte Tyson Fury would be in the UK. It makes no sense putting that fight in the United States. Frank Warren has always wanted to try and compete with Eddie Hearn in terms of filling out stadiums and stuff like that in the UK and lifting Tyson Fury's name up to be on the level of an Anthony Joshua. In fact, he's come out in recent months and said Tyson Fury's profile is now bigger than Anthony Joshua's profile, which that's questionable. But let's see if Frank Warren can prove it by putting on a Tyson Fury Dillian Whyte fight in the UK and doing AJ level pay-per-view figures, AJ level attendance figures. Let's see if he can do it. Personally, I think that would be a master stroke for Frank Warren if he was able to do that. Yeah, I think that would be a very good move for him. But that brings us to the subject of Dillian Whyte's promotional and TV situation in the UK. He may not sign with Frank Warren and BT. He may stick with Sky. At the end of the day, he's tried and tested with Sky, okay? Sky have worked well with him to make him a pay-per-view fighter and put on multiple pay-per-view events, build his profile, etc. Maybe he feels like he needs to stay there because they have a bigger pay-per-view, let me not say subscriber base, but returning customer base than BT Sport. Because BT Sport's pay-per-view arm is relatively new. They haven't done anywhere near the kind of numbers that Sky have done on pay-per-view yet. So that's a little bit of unknown territory. Maybe Dillian Whyte is a little wary about that. I don't know. So it's going to be interesting to see what his promotional and network situation is in the UK, whether he stays with Sky or goes over to BT long term. We'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think. And again, Fury against Whyte in the UK makes the most sense to me in my head, but I'm not a number cruncher behind the scenes. Because I don't know all their numbers. And maybe Bob Arum feels like Tyson Fury can be a big star in the US, and maybe he thinks it's a good fight for the US, and maybe he can pay them both more than they would get paid in the UK. I doubt it, but maybe he can. So, and if that is the case, then the fight should go to the US so both fighters can make as much as possible. But intuitively, I would have to imagine that the fight is going to be more lucrative in the UK, given the fact that Dillian Whyte is not American. He's totally unknown in America. Tyson Fury has some kind of profile in America following the Deontay Wilder fight, but he's not exactly a household name. So they'll probably do it in the UK, and that does raise the issue of what network Dillian Whyte wants to sign to in the UK. Maybe he can do a fight-by-fight deal, continue his fight-by-fight deal with Sky, and do a fight-by-fight situation with BT Sport too. Maybe Dillian Whyte's shrewd enough and savvy enough to do something like that, not get tied in. Or maybe he will just say bye-bye to Sky and go ahead with Frank Warren and BT Sport. We'll see. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about this news. Some of you will be surprised by it, but I think a lot of us saw it coming. So yeah, let me know, people. It's happening. I'm out. Join me on Patreon. I upload a minimum of 2 podcasts every single week, covering a wide variety of controversial topics, as well as live stream Q&A sessions. Take a look on screen right now at some of the podcasts I've produced so far. For just $3 a month, the equivalent of about £2 a month, you get access to all my new podcasts and my entire back catalogue of past podcasts, including my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You can listen on your computer or on your smartphone or tablet by downloading the Patreon app from the Google Play Store or the App Store for free. The Patreon app also allows you to download each podcast in MP3. For less than the price of a cup of coffee, you get access to dozens of hours of exclusive content. It's easy to sign up, there's no contract, and you can cancel at any time. So come and join our community of free and critical thinkers by signing up with me here on Patreon today.